humans. I stand here today not for myself, but for every tail wagger, sloppy kisser, and curtain ninja. I stand here for each one of the thousands of dogs and cats killed in shelters each day, asking you to join our cause and help us make sure every best friend has a chance to meet one of their own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge, and your help, we can save them all.
Joining us for Pet Connect, I'm Tara Douglas. Even though the holidays are next week, we got Christmas right around the corner, we will be at the shelter this weekend walking dogs from 11 to 1. So if you've been wanting to come out, now's the time. We've got a lot of our volunteers who are busy with Christmas activities, and we've been a little bit slow with our dog walking, so we need all the help we can get. You can come out and meet all of these wonderful dogs at the shelter, and we are going to be there right at 11 o'clock, and you can walk dogs of all ages. And if you're looking for a pet, or if you know someone who's looking for a pet, please send them out to meet the dogs or cats at the shelter. We've got dogs from tiny little puppies all the way to mature dogs. So we definitely have a dog for you if you're looking for one. And we've got cats at the shelter, but we also have cats at PetSense, and we've got kittens in foster. So if you're looking for a particular type of cat or kitten, I'm pretty sure we can find that for you. So if you'll just message the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill to let us know what you're looking for, and you can message us if you're looking for a dog or a cat, and we can help you figure out and match you with the dog or cat that you need. So please come on out and help us this weekend. We would love to have you out at the shelter. And please go by PetSense and meet those kittens and send your friends and family. And if you see a post on Facebook, we're really trying to find some homes for a lot of the dogs and cats right now. Please share those posts, because we have had so much luck lately finding some homes for the dogs and cats in this area that need homes through Facebook. And with that, you can also find information about our Pet of the Week. So this is Madeline. Madeline was actually dumped with two of her siblings just right down the road from the shelter. We're sadly seeing that, some people see that the shelter's full and they're dumping dogs close to the shelter, so please don't do that. But these three puppies were picked up. We think Madeline is about 6 months old, and because the shelter's full, one of our volunteers took the three puppies to her house to foster them until we have room at the shelter. And two of the puppies have been adopted, but Madeline is still there, and there is no room at the shelter. We thought there would be some space available soon, but sadly the shelter had 36 puppies and dogs dumped on them in a 24-hour period last week. So there's just absolutely no space there. So with that said, they need all the help they can get with donations. So please go to the shelter Facebook page, and you can also see what kind of food they need. But Madeline is good with other dogs. She's great with people. If you go to Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill's Facebook page, I believe we've shared information about her there. Or if you just message us, we can send you videos, we can send you pictures, and let's do everything we can to find Madeline a home coming up and have her a home for Christmas, hopefully. So we are going to get to my next guest. I have Rainer Rawlinson here. We're going to talk about Rainer's dog, Frank, because Frank is a pretty cool dog, Rainer. Thank you for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
So Frank is a Doberman.
Yes.
And your family's had Dobermans for a long time, right?
Yes, pretty much my whole life.
And so there's a picture of you with Frank right there.
Yes.
And so you know Dobermans really well. But Frank is a pretty special one. He's getting all kinds of awards like crazy.
He is.
So
he is.
How old is he?
He is 15 months old today.
Okay. So how long have you had him?
I have had him since April.
And so tell us a little bit about Frank. What is it like having a Doberman?
Dobermans are very unique. They are very people-driven. They're one of only two breeds that were bred to protect their person.
Okay.
So they are very person-focused.
And I can tell he's very attached to you.
Yes.
And loves your family.
Yes.
And loves people. So what made you decide to get him into these different competitions, and tell us about those different things that he's doing?
Well, my sister is very into different AKC performance events. Okay. So she kind of started researching them, and with her dog, she kind of started just going to these different events. Okay. And one of them is called Fast Cat.
Okay.
So when I got Frank, I was like, okay, we're going to go try it. But it is basically a 100-yard dash that the dogs have to do. And it is fenced in and all, so they can't escape. But you have one person at one end that's the releaser and another person at the other end that's the catcher.
Okay.
And you release the dog and they just run the course.
Just run as fast as they can.
Run as fast as they can.
So are they chasing something in that 100?
They have a lure
Okay.
that is on just a pulley system.
Okay.
And attached to that is, they call it bunnies.
Okay.
But it's really just white trash bags.
Okay.
And the dogs get so excited once they kind of clicks that that's what they're supposed to be
And there's
chasing.
we got a picture of Frank
Yes.
actually doing the fast cat. I
Yes.
love that picture. They caught that. Did you take that picture? They do
No,
that at
they
that
have
fast
a
cat.
professional photographer, and when I got the pictures back, I just couldn't resist and had to get it. But yeah, he loves it, and he is actually one of the dogs there that goes absolutely crazy, and he screams the whole way. He's just yipping the entire run.
So is that something you just went and just put him in fast cat? That's not something you practiced or you taught him how to do. He just got out there and did it.
No, we went to one of the events in Wilsonville, actually, and he saw my sister's dog doing it, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna run him. And I signed up for what's called a fun run,
Okay.
and we did it, and he loved it. So then I actually entered him for real, and that was that. He absolutely loves it.
Now, are there a lot of dogs and a lot of people there when you go to these events?
Yes, there are tons of dogs, all different breeds, everything from just shelter dogs to the purebred dogs.
So let's talk about that, because of course our love on Pet Connect is the shelter dogs.
Yes.
Now, you don't have to be a full-blooded AKC registered dog to do all these events.
You do not. You can go on if you adopt a dog from the shelter, you can go on the AKC website and get what is called, or I don't remember exactly what it's called, but you can get a AKC number.
I think it's an AKC partner. Is that something like that?
Something
that's
like
called?
that. But it's just a number that they'll give you, and your dog will be registered as an all-American dog.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can participate in any kind of AKC companion event, which includes fast cat, coursing, things like barn hunt,
Okay.
which is scent work, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
You can do rally and obedience.
Okay.
I think you can even do agility,
Okay.
those kind of things.
So maybe we can get some of these all-American dogs from the shelter out there
Yeah.
one at a time and see how they do in these events.
Yeah, you can do pretty much anything that's not breed specific or like conformation, which
Okay.
is the beauty part of
Okay.
it. So
So you've got Fast Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about Frank for a second before we go to the next kind of event. Frank is fast.
yes,
So let's talk about his ranking. He's quite the extraordinary dog.
he is consistently in the top 75 Dobermans in the country.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, just think about that. He just went out there and started running one
Yeah.
day, and he's already one of the fastest in the nation.
Yes. So right now he's, I think, number 62, but
Okay.
usually he's in the top 50. It varies week to week.
Okay, well, that's great. That's exciting that you took him out there and he's already knocking the top out of records.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned coursing. Let's talk about what coursing is, because that's another pretty interesting
Yeah, and that's another one
event.
that he competes in currently at the moment. I'm kind of working with him for the others, but that's the other one he does at the moment. It's a 300 to 600 yard course
Okay.
that's also fenced in, and it's also a lure pulley system. And they also chase the bunnies
Okay.
around, and it crisscrosses and does and all, but you don't have to have, it's a single person, so you don't have to have a catcher and a releaser.
Now that was his Fast Cat award
That's
right
a
there,
Fast
isn't
Cat
it?
award,
Okay.
and he looks very proud of himself.
Does he ever do Fast Cat and coursing on the same day?
Yes, you can do both. You
Okay.
can only do 2 coursing events in a day because
Okay.
they don't want to stress the dogs, but you can only compete twice for Fast Cat.
Okay.
But you can sign up for more fun runs.
So how do they grade, or how do they award coursing? What are they watching for?
Coursing, you have to do it in under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Under 2 different judges the first time, and then you can just do it. But you have to do it under 2 minutes.
And basically, they have the bunnies that are being pulled around in that big field, and they're just chasing the bunnies.
Yes.
And they have to do the whole circuit
the whole
in
course
2
in
minutes.
under 2 minutes.
Okay, well that sounds like a very interesting event too.
Yes.
Now, where are most of the events locally? You said Wilsonville.
There's
Where?
Wilsonville does Fast Cat is the only running event that they do. They
Okay.
do with some others, smaller events,
Okay.
smaller things there. And then the other big one is Wetumpka.
Okay, so still not far from here at all with
Not
both
far
of
at all. And then there are also others all over the state. Huntsville, which I think that one's actually in Decatur, but
Okay.
it's the Huntsville Kennel Club. Foley, there's several over around Noonan, Georgia.
Okay. So when you have to go to the AKC website to find these events?
Yes,
and
they're all
then-
listed on the AKC website. It's really easy to filter. You can filter it by event. You can filter it by state.
Okay, and then you just pay, I mean, you sign up and then
You can sign up there. They'll have the program and all on there, and you can usually sign up online. Or a lot of the events you can actually sign up day of.
Okay.
They'll have on there if they're a day of entry place.
And they'll let you know when you look at the different events if you can bring a all-American dog, a mixed breed dog, and compete in them.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's exciting. I'm
Yes.
going to take one of our dogs, and then I'll bring some pictures, and then we'll talk. I can discuss what our dog's doing. Now there's Frank again with a toy in his mouth.
Yes.
Does he get to go with you lots of places?
He goes with me a lot of places. Tractor Supply's real good. Home
Okay.
Depot.
And is that Tractor Supply
Yes,
right there?
that's
where he
Tractor
is?
Supply. He was just being a good boy, so he got a new toy.
I'm sure he gets plenty of toys, as spoiled as that
Yes,
as that
he
pup
does.
is. Well, we certainly appreciate you coming on to talk about Frank and tell us a little bit about him. And thank you so much for sharing with us the different events, because I know there are a lot of people with mixed breed dogs that feel like they can't participate in those things, and that's nice that the AKC is allowing.
Yes.
Is that something pretty new that they're allowing
I
all-American
believe
dogs?
so.
Okay, because I mean, a lot of people have all-American dogs. And
Yes.
they can be just as smart. It's sad they can't be they won't let them compete in the pretty, what do they call the
conformation.
the conformation, because shelter dogs are pretty also. So we can have our own shelter conformation or
Yes.
something. Maybe you can come out and we can do conformation with the dogs at the shelter
Yes.
and do that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and get your dogs out and see what's happening at the AKC events, and hop on their website, and then we can have more dogs in this area that can get awards, and you can come on and talk to me about it on Pet Connect. But please come out this weekend, help us walk dogs. We'll be there 11 to 1, like I said, and let's find some homes for these dogs. And please keep watching on Facebook so that you can see dogs like Madeline here that are available for adoption. And that way you can share all these posts, and then we can find these dogs homes. So thank you for joining us for Pet Connect, and we'll have more Daybreak after these messages.